Now for strata number 2, we're going to take 2 of the background strips and 1 of the dark number 2 strip. And I wanted to point something out to you because I noticed it on this one. If you'll notice on this end, when I sewed them together, I lined up the edges here, which are the selvages. And if you go to the other end, you'll see the difference in the lengths of some of these fabrics. So you have these, the background fabric, it's much bigger, longer than the dark fabric. And if you had spaced these out the other way, you might not have enough of the dark fabric to get your 16 cuts at 2.5 inches. So when you're piecing these together, try to line up one of the edges, and that gives you more efficient use of your fabric. When you sew these together, you're going to press toward the dark fabric. And this is what it looks like from the back. These seams are pressed toward the dark. Next, we're going to cut into 2.5 inch segments as we did for strata number 1. So for the strata 2, the throw size, you're going to have 1 set of strips, and for the double size, you're going to have 3 sets of strips. And we'll start at this end and trim off the selvage. And cut off 2.5 inch segments. And continue until you have 16 pieces for the throw size and 40 pieces for the double size. Now it's time to assemble the 9-patch block, and this is what we're going to end up with here. We're going to take 2 of the segments from strata 1 and 1 segment from strata 2, and we're going to piece these together. When you piece these, since you have pressed toward the darker fabric in each one, these seams will interlock. So if we look at these, they interlock just like that, and then you fold them back, and you can feel with your fingers that it's nice and flat. This other side will do the same thing. You match the tops right here, and then match the interlocking seams. And you'll just start here at the top and just hold these seams in place and stitch 1/4 inch all the way down. And then you'll do the same thing to this side. When you're finished, you're going to press outward toward these dark pieces, just like this, outward. When you finish sewing these all together, you should have 16 9-patches for the throw size and 40 9-patches for the double size. Then the next thing we'll do is attach the frames. Here are the 9 patches with the frames attached. And what you're going to do is take the 6.5 inch piece and stitch it to one part. It doesn't matter which side you piece it on. You stitch it to this side, then press toward the black fabric or the dark fabric. Then you're going to attach this side. It doesn't matter which side, just on either side, and stitch 1/4 inch and press toward the dark. Then you'll have 16 of these for the throw size and 40 of these for the double size. Then when you're done, you can set these aside and we'll start working on the cross pieces for the sunblock.